Yo, 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 yo. It's another motherfucking podcast with your boys Bill, James, and Tig'S' Excellent Adventure, episode 40. We're having a midlife crisis here because the motherfucking NFL is halfway done today. This week, we're going to talk about...
Tennessee Titans. Are they turning over a new leaf?
The Cowboys still fucking suck. And the Chargers don't suck no more. This fucking world is like turned upside down. It's all happening right here on the number one podcast in the nation, the world, and all of the universe. You funky bitch, you like and subscribe. He got a recording. He kept that recording.
For sure, that's hilarious.
You can hate on them niggas sucking on the wine. I'm from the north where the winds blow cold. Popping up sample, northern soul.
That's right. That's motherfucking right. Cause it's another fucking podcast. Yes. That's right, you funky bitch. You're here sitting with the motherfucking pimps of the year. It's Bill, James, and Tig'S' Excellent Adventure.
It is an excellent adventure.
It is. And how far we've come. Right now, Eric is on an adventure, traveling around, doing things like Indiana Jones.
Visiting the motherland.
Yes. Africa?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
Wakanda. No.
Wakanda? He visited Wakanda? So, yes, you know how we do. We come in telling you to like and subscribe to everything that we do. Bill, James, and Tig over everything. So, let's jump into it real quick. Monday Night Football. Cowboys. Titans.
They won.
The Titans actually won, and we actually picked the Titans to win.
Did we really?
I picked the Titans to
I think
win.
I might have picked the Cowboys.
You might have picked the Cowboys? Man, I definitely picked the Titans. You know how I know? Because I never pick the Cowboys. So, okay, yeah, I'm going to have some losses. But I never picked the Cowboys, and I never picked the Steelers. It's like, it's never going to happen. So, yeah. Amari Cooper looked good, but like we said, the problem wasn't Amari Cooper in Oakland. The problem is he didn't have a quarterback throwing the ball, and we kind of saw that again on Monday night.
Really good route running, and he gets open. I don't know how else to put it. And it's up to, hopefully,
I'll tell you
Dak
how
Prescott.
I'll tell you how else you can say it. Dak Prescott sucks. I mean... Can we say that now?
He got him a touchdown, but yeah, that was early.
It was mad early.
Yeah.
It was mad. Everybody out there running full speed. Mm-hmm. All that energy in them. Got that first win. Second win is only good if the other dudes don't have a win.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what'd you think of Derrick Henry and the Deion Lewis saga?
I mean, Derek saw way more playing time than he normally does.
True.
Scored a touchdown. So I just think that they don't know what to do there. They see that they got an immense amount of talent back there, and I think it's a business decision. Hey, we got talent at both positions.
We can have
at
5
running
years
back.
of this.
We could keep these guys here, or they're looking to evaluate which one to get rid of by the end of the season. So they're looking at, who are we going to trade during the draft, or who are we going to, cut? Because one of those guys is going to be a star in the league. They both perform very well. I don't understand why they can't figure out how. Oh, no, actually, I did. I wrote this down. I left it somewhere. The reason they can't play both of them together cohesively because neither one of them can really catch out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So that's the only reason we haven't seen them work well together like Ingram and Kamara work together in New Orleans. Both of them can catch the ball out of the backfield, but Kamara is like a wide receiver out there playing running back.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Should we talk about them?
Sure.
Should we just go ahead and talk about the game of the year?
Yeah.
That shit was fucking dope.
We definitely both called that one. Good call by us.
Yes, great call by us. The defense did let us down. And Marcus Peters called him out by name last week. He is the one who gave up the big play that won the game.
Yeah.
What did you think about
you
the
just
LA
saw
Rams?
him? You just saw him trying to motion someone over, and then they hiked it, and he just ran right past him. Right?
That's what happened. Very astute play-by-play analysis, James. This motherfucker was doing some shit that he wasn't supposed to be doing, and the motherfucker ran right by him.
And then it was Michael Thomas, and then he did the. This can people?
Michael Thomas won me $2 on fantasy.
Why do you use a prop when it explicitly says don't use a prop for your touchdown celebration? That's 15 yards.
Because he was giving a shout out to Joe Horn.
Yeah, maybe have a sign that says "Hey Joe Horn," but my goodness, what if that came back to bite him in the ass?
I would like to point out, just because it's the truth, and I was saying it before Shannon Sharp said it on television. Shannon Sharp is actually the guy who started the phone thing. But he went and acted like he was getting the phone. He didn't actually have a phone. He acted like he had a phone against the Chargers, scored 3 touchdowns.
What year was that?
Oh, man. Like, had to be.
80s?
What? Oh, LT was playing.
90s.
So, like, 99?
Shannon
2000.
Sharp played in 99?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp ain't that old. He won a Super Bowl with the Ravens.
I thought he looked good for his age.
Oh, no. He just turned 50. He just turned 50.
Good for him.
So, yeah, looking like that at 50, man, I can only hope and dream.
Well, I still think he should, not start the next game because,
Oh, no.
my goodness.
That's not what you do to the number one wide receiver on your team.
What do you do?
In the most prolific offense, or second most
You send him over the middle?
Oh, no, you just tell him when he comes in on Wednesday, he got to do extra film time.
Sure. Do
yeah.
something.
Yeah. Wednesday, you extra film, sir. Everybody else, they're going to go to the strip club. You going to watch some more film with me.
Yeah.
Old white man.
So, are the Saints your new Super Bowl favorite to come out of the NFC?
I don't know about all that. I don't even know if they're going to beat the Bengals next week. So.
New game of the century next week?
New game of the... No, because AJ Green's hurt.
Oh, is he?
I think he ain't going to be playing. So, watch out for that on your fantasy stuff and all that.
That sucks.
'Cause that motherfucker, I think he's not going to be playing. So, that brings me to that division, AFC North. North. Fucking Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Ravens. Goddamn. I think, first of all, Ben Roethlisberger really was hurt. He just saw, what's his name, come out and throw that fucking long-ass pass for 40 yards and was like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I can come back in. I can come back in now.
I still want my job.
Yeah, I can play. I can play. Coach, I can play. I'm good.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are for real. They're pretty much are they unbeaten since that first 2-game skid in the beginning of the season? Either that or they're on some crazy run right now. And I think I see them as the favorites to come out of that, especially
division?
if AJ Green is hurt. Maybe they can make some space. But yeah, Ravens.
Ravens are what, 4-5 now?
Let's take a look. But
Yeah.
but even if I just don't see them doing the long haul with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco fell off a fucking cliff called Flacco.
Well, and that's what you get with Joe Flacco. You have a great game, or you can have a really bad game. There's really no.
No,
solid.
I feel like he fell off a cliff this year, as in his career is over.
And is it the Lamar Jackson era
They're talking about that in Baltimore right
now?
Right now.
What was your guess in the beginning of the season of what week he would come in?
I said week 6 or week 8.
Well, it's coming up.
We passed it now, and he's about to get it. But it's because this dude sucks. Like, Joe Flacco cannot make... He had a lot of guys open, and he didn't hit. He gotten gun shy all of a sudden. which usually means that you don't have the confidence that you can get the ball where you used to get the ball in those tight spaces.
That's true, and a lot of I'd say at least 2 or 3 of his touchdowns this season have come from incredible catches from John Brown.
John Brown.
So imagine if he wasn't there. Yeah, multiple Ravens are 4-5. Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-2-1. Cincinnati 5-3. Yeah, Pittsburgh on a 4-game win streak right now. I don't know. I put my faith in the Super Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl champion Ben Roethlisberger over Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco, and unfortunately, Baker, Wake and Bakefield.
Wake and Bakefield. You might as well wake and bake because there's nothing going on in Cleveland. Cleveland, let me say something. You're not even on our board to talk about you today. But let me tell you something, Cleveland. We don't have to put them on there because they're so bad that we're going to talk about them. But they're so good. Can we just speak about how actually good they are on defense? They're like the number 2 defense. They're the number 1 in takeaways or in turnovers. Mm-hmm. The motherfuckers are great.
I agree.
But they've literally traded away all of their offense. They've traded away all of their offense, and what didn't get traded got hurt. So this has got to be the most obvious. They should be fined $100,000, $500,000 this season, $1 million. The NFL should fine the Browns because they have obviously tanked.
Yeah, so right now, if the season ended, or if we project the season to fully finish, I think they're getting a top 10 pick. Clearly, they have found the quarterback that they want, though. At what position do you think they are at the biggest need right now?
Wide receiver.
Just go all in on one of these wide receivers?
They're not going to get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, just go ahead and
take a shot.
Shoot your shot. Get that wide receiver.
Anyone from Alabama that tickles your fancy?
Not this year.
Okay. Who's a stud wide receiver in college that we haven't heard from? If you know.
Man, I don't feel like there's a lot of wide receivers that are in the league right that would be coming into this draft class. Not that I can think of off the top of my head that would be like.
Well, then wouldn't
blow the load off? Like I'll be like, oh my god, those guys. Maybe they pick a defensive player.
Hopefully, well, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be just absolutely in Brown's fashion to spend a high draft pick on a position just because it is a position of need, but that dude doesn't pan out? Always go for talent. Just bolster that defense if you can.
Exactly.
Take the shot on the wide receivers in the later round.
So if they do that, we'll know where the organization is going.
Well,
up or down. That's a fact. So how about the Washington Indian offensive name?
I was actually thinking of this.
Team.
That actually is a pretty demeaning name. Because even to say like, oh, it's not... it's just something we're not using it in the same. We're not using it to demean them. Just kind of demeans them more. You're kind of saying that Native Americans are faceless or are
I always
not
say,
to be accounted
we
for.
can't have the motherfucker. If we can't have the niggas out there, you know what I'm saying? The Washington niggas.
But imagine
if we can't do that, then we can't have the Washington Redskins.
But what if there was a team called the Blackskins? That sounds awful.
That still sounds really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So how is Redskins different?
The yellow skins.
Oh yeah.
All them Asians over there. Them yellow skins. I've never even gotten that terminology before, ever. I've never gotten yellow skin. That don't make no sense to me. But what also doesn't make any sense to me is how in the hell does your whole staff get injured, basically? It's like staph infection is going around or something like. How does everybody on the team just hurt? They showed a clip of everybody who got hurt. Everybody was doing that face that
Yeah. Who are they playing?
Who do they play?
Atlanta.
Yeah, they played it. They played Atlanta.
Was it? I have this this theory where if you're getting blown out, that you're more likely to have a game-ending injury. Where I'm fine next week, but I can't play.
Well,
can't
the thing
play
is,
anymore.
they had an injury last week. They had some injuries. This week they had some injuries that are going to carry them into next week. Who I think they have to play the Cowboys.
Well, so are we? So is that division again wide open?
It kind of is.
Tampa Bay next week.
Tampa Bay next week? Oh, that's a L. That's a L. They lost so many defensive players, and then they already lost like the whole offensive line. Basically, it's over for the Redskins. I think. Like
Wow.
They had a great run early in the season, and Alex Smith looked good, and Adrian Peterson looked great, but I have to say it's over for them.
It'll probably be Philly that comes out then.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Rise above the fray. They made some good trades, and they got a good defense if they start playing like it. But maybe that defense is just too old.
Phillies.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is we got the Los Angeles Superchargers.
What a win.
These motherfuckers is out here getting it. Aren't they on a winning streak, too? They
Yeah.
won like 6 games, 4 games.
Yeah, and a just all around good offense. Keenan Allen is also like we talked about Amari Cooper earlier. This dude just gets open, and he's a really good player. Did you watch this dude in college?
No.
Where'd
he go? Where'd he go to college?
I don't know, but I did some YouTube research. This guy is he's not like super athletic.
Nah.
But
He's super fast.
He gets open and seems to have done it since college.
Well, wait a minute. How you don't know what college you go to? You forgot?
I don't know the jerseys. I'm not a college guy.
Well, I mean,
Want me to find out?
they got the states on the bottom. Whatever. Anyway. Well, the thing is, Keenan Allen, he's great. They got a good tailback back there.
went to
Rivers.
Cal.
Phillip Rivers. Yeah, that's why I never watched any of that shit. But Phillip Rivers playing out of his mind right now. He's not throwing the interceptions that he's known for. Mm-hmm. He's not making bad decisions. He's not turning the ball over. He's out there fucking doing his job right now. And everybody else around him is doing their job. And I think they are really dangerous. I probably like them more than I like the Chiefs right now because San Diego has a defense.
That's true.
And if Joey Bosa gets right,
Finally starts playing. Game over.
game over.
About Phillip Rivers, a couple weeks ago we talked about Tom Brady's ability to improvise. I think Phillip Rivers is on that level too, ability to improvise. And so those two and recently retired Tony Romo, I thought were the best at that in recent memory.
I would agree with you about Phillip Rivers, but Tony Romo.
At the line? Am I misremembering?
No, I just don't agree.
Well, not
Because when a lot of those changes that he
not
made
on the
through,
same level as Brady and Rivers.
or even Rivers, I wouldn't put him in that same ilk. Because a lot of those changes that he makes turn into interceptions and pick sixes, and that's why I just can't go with. I can't go with that guy. I can't go with him. To me, he shouldn't even make the Hall of Fame. Probably will because everybody loves Tony.
Well, I think his commentating is really going to change people's memories. Like, oh yeah, this guy's amazing.
Because he calls, every quarterback should be able to call what the defense is doing and say what the offense is doing when you're watching it and you've been watching these guys practice all week. You
Troy
should,
Aikman doesn't.
because you're not supposed to. It's
Well,
supposed.
people didn't know that was a cool
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right. People didn't know. In case you guys don't know, you're not supposed to step on the commentator's toes as the color commentator. You're just supposed to say, "Oh yeah, that looked great." You know, we never seen this whole game. You know, and this is the first time they brought this package out. That's what you're supposed to say.
You know,
You're supposed to make as many sexual puns as you can.
Jason Witten is the best at it, isn't he?
Oh,
It's like,
my
you know,
God. I was watching him thinking about you.
you really need to get a stop here. Got to get a stop here.
You know, this is a really important third down.
Yeah.
That's his thing. Tony Romo will be like, if they don't get a third down here, it doesn't really matter because they have 14 minutes left on the clock, and that means they have at least 4 more possessions, which means that, even if they were able to, give up a fumble, they still have at least 3 possessions. That's all they need. They're only 3 possessions out of this game if you really think about it.
Tony, we got to go to a commercial. We got to go to a commercial, Tony.
Sorry. Corona.
Yeah.
Corona. Tony just be talking, boy.
That's so true.
So who you liking? You still like the Chiefs in that division?
Yeah, I think they're like I hate saying this. I think they're like the Warriors of the NFL. I think they're just going to outscore you, and I really think they're good at time of possession. I really like Kareem Hunt. There's really nothing wrong with that offense, and if they can hold on to the ball as long as they do, I think they're less likely to make mistakes than other people in that division. But I hope I'm wrong.
I just think they ain't got no defense. So it's hard to win without a defense.
But it's hard to put up 38 points, which is what you need to beat them. Can the Chargers put up 38 points?
Well, let's talk about the one team that has beaten them, the Patriots, because I didn't put them on there. And they're not on the board either, but since you brought it up, the way that the Patriots ended up beating them was outscoring them.
True. That's true. And time of possession.
And playing a little bit of defense.
In the division, though. I still think the Patriots take it over them.
Right. That's a fact. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if the Chargers are able to play that kind of ball, then they should be able to handle it.
I hope so.
What's dope is we're going to get – they haven't played each other yet, right?
They have once, I believe. No. They play – I think like 2 games at the end close to each other.
Exactly. So that's what's dope to me is we're going to get to see both teams towards the end of the season. Mm-hmm. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Interest in the NFL at the end of the season.
So, NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Very interesting. The Green Bay Packers.
Are they done?
Take a L to the Pats.
Are they done?
What's important about that? They're half a game out of last place.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, you ask me, I'm asking you.
You're not going to like my answer.
Are they done?
Nah. I just have... I'm looking at these quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers is the one I trust the most, but I don't know. It seems are they well coached?
I'm gonna do my best Eric Martig impersonation and say no.
Okay, is it the fact that they don't have amazing skill players, which they've had before, and I feel like just Aaron Rodgers is scrambling and trying
Devontae
to make a play
Adams is amazing.
Oh, I know he is. But
Randall Cobb is still amazing. I mean, he's out there getting them balls too. I mean, really what it is, they don't have an off. They've never had a great offensive line.
And the defense is cooked.
The defense is hurt and then also traded away.
Mm-hmm.
They've always relied on Aaron Rodgers, who doesn't look really that great this year. He looks good. But he's had more throwaways this season than he did any season in his career. I'm thinking that means that nobody's running the right routes or he's not seeing what he wants to see. Timing is off. The defenses have all gotten better in that division, which people haven't really been pointing out. And they kind of all got better to beat Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of what you're doing. You're trying to beat Aaron Rodgers when you're in that division, and everybody's kind of geared up, and they've been able to do it. Mm-hmm. If the Lions could protect Matt Stafford, got sacked 10 times last week.
Rough.
He got sacked 10 times right before he threw that pitch. That's why he threw that pitch.
Get it out.
He was like, man, I ain't get hit no more. Fuck that. But, yeah, if the Lions weren't so bad, Green Bay would be last place, bro.
But they're not. And I'm not willing to cross them off yet, but they better win against Miami in Green Bay this coming up week.
Man, I picked Green Bay. Just spoiler alert.
Okay. I think it's
for
a
my
good
picks.
call.
I picked Green Bay, but
crazier things have happened.
yeah. But anyway, so on to the NFC East. Oh no,
We did NFC East.
we did the NFC East already. Suck my dick from the back, all of them.
Should we go AFC?
We're going AFC South, baby, because we talked about the Titans. Titans actually were able to score some points last week. I don't know if that speaks more to the Cowboys defense or to how they've probably gotten it together on offense. I think we talked about how they fired their offense coordinator, got somebody else in there, maybe simplified it a little bit. I don't know about Marcus Mariota, man.
Yeah, Marcus sucks. He holds the ball too long. I don't know. He doesn't really run when he's supposed to, and he's supposed to be a running quarterback.
He's supposed to be.
Or, I mean, not running, but like if you see an
supposed to be
opening,
mobile.
fucking take it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I really like Corey Davis, and I just wish that he could get the ball in his hands.
I think the solution is running the ball 20 times a game with Derrick Henry.
I agree with you. I would love fucking smash it.
Smash, smash.
Punish defenders.
But maybe that's the game plan for the second part of the season or something. I don't know. I don't
Is
know
Houston-
nothing about football. All I do is sit here and just talk on this little here show.
Is Houston for real? They're on a 6-game win streak.
I know. Only 2 teams, I think, in the history of the NFL have gone 0-3 and then won 6 straight games.
And Houston is one of them.
Houston is one of them. Deshaun Watson looks a lot better. That defense looks decent, but they gave up 17 points to Case Keenum. He can't even seem to he can't seem to be able to do whatever they want him to do in
It's unfortunate.
Denver. So I think that has more to do with the coaching or maybe to do with the system. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but John Elway is up there with some bad quarterback decisions right now on his resume.
If Houston makes the playoffs.
I'm thinking Houston, I think will make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they make the playoffs, are you afraid of them?
No.
I agree.
Hell no. Why would I be afraid of them? That defense gives up too much over the top for some reason. But I think, it's really going to decide if Jadeveon Clowney, that to me is a deciding factor for that defense. Because he got to get some sacks. We got to start seeing some real production.
He's supposed to be one of the fastest D linemen.
I need to see that Von Miller type of performances out of him.
I agree.
And so with that being said,
that's all the divisions.
Vance Joseph, the coach of the Denver Broncos, kind of garbage right now. It's kind of looking kind of bad, kind of looking kind of bleak. I think that might be the real reason Case Keenum looks bad, and not that actually Case Keenum is bad, and not that any of these guys are bad, but they're just underperforming seriously.
Well, I think with the trade of Demaryius Thomas, I think they're giving up on the season.
Yeah, but also, I pointed out the offseason, Aqib Talib going to the Rams, other defensive players leaving was going to cause a lot of put a lot of pressure on the defensive line, and a lot of points are going to get scored on that defense if people really know what they're doing. So you saw them; they've been putting up giving up 200 yards a game on the road on the ground. Who's giving up yards on the ground? Who's running the ball in the NFL?
Are safeties any more safe? I mean,
Exactly.
fine.
So I think this dude's fired sometime by the end of the year, and it's sad
And they started new.
because he's a black coach and he's gonna be gone. But at least the Chargers, they out here winning these games. You know what I'm saying? We're out here winning these games. So we talked about every goddamn thing we was gonna talk about for the NFL. It's time to knock these dicks in the dirt.
Let's do it. First up, we got Carolina at Pittsburgh. Oh, that's a good game.
Ooh.
I know who you're going to pick.
It's 2 teams I don't pick. Do you understand that? These are two teams I don't pick ever. And I hate both quarterbacks with a thriving passion.
I know you do.
A passion undescribable. But I like Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen? He's back.
He's from the U.
Uh-huh.
I like him. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Good for you.
So, people, that's my scientific method. I don't like them, but I like this other guy, so going with them.
I'm going the other way. Steelers.
Going Steelers? Why are you going Steelers?
I don't like Cam Newton.
So, wait a minute. I'm going to give one football reason why I am going to pick the Panthers. Since we're both picking because we don't like either one of these teams. Man, let me tell you something. The Panthers are running some crazy offensive shit right now, and McCaffrey? That's what they call him in South Carolina. In North Carolina. McCaffrey. That's what they call him there. But that motherfucker's going off.
Yeah.
He's earning a check out there this year. And, you know, that might cause some problems for a defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers that has not really looked great.
It's true.
And all the pass rushing they've been doing ain't going to mean nothing against that big behemoth in Cam Newton, who's bigger than everybody on their defensive line.
If he does run.
Oh, he ain't got to run. I'm just saying when they go to tackle him, when they go to sack him, it's going to be really hard. So,
does he have an extra thing under his
a rib plate?
A rib plate?
Yeah.
And that's
usually only players wear it when they've got a rib injury. They call it it's like a flap. It's almost like a flap jacket, but it's not a flap jacket. It's not a bulletproof vest.
It's not a pancake.
But it's like, yeah, it's there for like if you have broken ribs, you usually wear it.
Well, yeah, and he does take some cheap shots sometimes, and the refs don't call it. I'll admit that, Cam. So, I don't hate you for that.
We just hate you for who you are.
Detroit in Chicago. I'm going Chicago.
I'm going the Bears.
Go, Eric.
And you know what? Little tidbit. I will be covering the game for
that's right.
the look here, Eric. I'm going to be in Detroit for the Chicago Bears Lions rematch of this week. So, little tidbit for the fans. I will be covering it like some metaphor I can't come up with right now.
Do your scouting report this week.
Oh yeah, I'm doing my scouting report via LA.
For sure.
Yes. We do it for you. But you already picked the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I picked the Bears.
Detroit gave up.
Detroit, you funky bitch, you. Continue. Sorry.
New Orleans, who just beat the Rams, in Cincinnati. Apparently without AJ Green.
After coming off of a win like that, I would definitely pick New Orleans to lose.
Wow.
In Cincinnati, where it's getting cold. But they probably won't. I'm pretty sure they don't have AJ Green. I'm going Saints.
I am too. Yeah.
Bengals defense has struggled a little bit here and there, quietly. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to continue to show some more struggles here in the next couple of weeks.
There was a huge play last week. Did you see it?
What was that?
Atlanta's Julio Jones got in that end zone.
Julio! I know, man. I picked the Redskins because I didn't believe in Matt Ryan. But you know what I forgot? Calvin Ridley. Roll Tide. It was too much Tide out there for him. And there's so many Tide players on the Redskins defense. Man, I didn't even realize that either. I was like, man, actually one player from the Atlanta Falcons quote, he said, it's like almost like we're playing Alabama this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I was laughing my ass off on that one because I was like, damn, it really is like they play in Alabama. They play Alabama's front line.
How do you think they do against Cleveland in Cleveland?
I think they're going to beat the brakes off Cleveland.
I would agree. And that Julio Jones touchdown, I just thought it was hilarious because it was a screen pass, so just the easiest pass that Matt Ryan can do.
Let me point this out. I'm picking the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm going to put it on wax right now. I believe this will be the one time that I've picked against the Cleveland Browns, and they're going to fucking win this motherfucking game.
Because the football gods are cruel and unkind.
That's right. I just want people to realize that when you're making your bets off these picks right here.
Here's an easy one. New England in Tennessee.
Patriots. Whooping up on everybody, knocking them upside the head.
Jacksonville in Indianapolis. Ooh, this is a rough one.
It's a rough one. Who you going with?
Jacksonville.
You think Jacksonville becomes Sacksonville, puts motherfucking Andrew Luck on his butt?
Yeah, I just think something has to give first, and I think the defense will click more than the Indianapolis defense would click.
This is a hard pick for me, man. I hate both teams with passion. Don't like them. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
I know you hate Indianapolis.
Yeah, I hate Jacksonville too. I hate them for hating them. You know, because they just suck. Mm-hmm. Suck so long. They was coming up. But then you revert back to what you really are in times of pressure. Mm-hmm. And the pressure's on. They're going on the road. I'm picking Andrew Luck.
All right.
Picking him up. Picking up his teammate.
Sorry, it's Indianapolis?
That's what you say, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Pressure on Jacksonville.
Gotcha. Yes.
Gotcha.
Pressure is on Jacksonville because they're going on the road. They ain't going to be able to take it.
Another disagreement between us.
Is Blake Bortles bench, right?
No, he'll play.
He'll play? Okay.
I mean, it's not good, but...
Well, I didn't know. I might want to change my pick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, man, I don't know. This other guy might be better.
Here's a easy one. Arizona in Kansas City.
Kansas City. I almost said Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Ferrari.
Patrick Mahomes don't play that. Buffalo in New York Jets.
Patrick Mahomes alone.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Who? The Jets.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just said the Jets. Because, who's going to pick Buffalo?
I'm not. Can...
You got anybody on your fantasy?
No.
Any fantasy teams from Buffalo?
I'm wondering if I could try it to be Buffalo's quarterback.
At this point, you're sitting on the couch, right?
Yeah.
That's what Derek Anderson was doing.
You know what I would do? I would just hand it off Sean McCoy every day.
Hell yeah. Shady. Ooh. Yeah, fuck that. Going with the Jets. Jets.
Washington, whatever skins.
Yes, the Washington Skins.
Assholes.
The Washington Skins.
Can we call them Red Sox? My goodness.
No.
We talked about this. Tampa Bay. We already got your pick.
Man, it's Tampa Bay all day.
Yeah.
It's been spoiled for you, I know. But I'm going with Fitzmagic, who did look good, even though they lost.
He puts up those points, though. That
was a tough divisional game, and they came back and almost won that game. Mm-hmm. I'm going with, if they could get some defensive play, which is why I'm picking them, because they have no offense in Redskins town, because they ain't got no offensive line. So I'm going with, I said Redskins. That's right. I said nigga earlier. Shit. What do you want from me?
Chargers in Oakland. Easy? Is this easy? John Gruden with his 8th loss.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm so goddamn tired of the Raiders. Tired of the conversation about the Raiders.
Should we move on?
No. It algorithmically it works on YouTube.
Right.
It hits. It hits. So I like that. But the Raiders fucking suck.
Yeah, man.
Derek Carr got benched. I don't know if he plans on not starting him for the game, but he should. He should let AJ McCarron go out there and start.
Get some reps.
Get them reps. Let this motherfucker Derek Carr rest. That nigga's hurt anyway. Like, hurt all kind of different ways. Don't tell me you came back from a fucking vertebrae and played the whole week the whole year and didn't have no kind of side effects from that. No. Let him sit down. Who's next?
We got
You pick
Chargers.
You picked the Chargers too, right? We going Phillip Rivers, baby. Bama, baby. We going Phillip.
They might get beat up after the game since it's in Oakland.
Yeah.
Miami at Green Bay. I think we already got your pick here too.
Yep. Spoiler alert. Who you going with?
I'm going Packers.
Packers?
And if they lose, I'm cutting the cord.
Let me tell you something. If the Packers lose this game, they're definitely out of the playoff situation because I don't think mathematically they'll be able to make a comeback. And the one thing they do have looking forward, going forward, is that they have to play everybody that they need to beat to get into the wild card situation.
Yes, they
So,
do.
if they can achieve that goal, it has to start with Miami, who has nothing to do with their division or anything that needing to get into the playoffs. But this one game matters. I think you take Aaron Rodgers in the game that you need to have. You should be able to take him over Brock Osweiler.
And you leave him with 1.5 minutes. He's getting some points. Moving on. Here's a rematch. Seattle at Rams. Good first game a few weeks ago.
Great game. It was the first great game of the season. Mm-hmm. I feel like. I don't know. People disagree with me in the comments if you need be. But I thought that was.
No, it was great. 20.
But it also was the game that proved to me that the Rams defense was a little bit, kind of
suspect.
Sus. Mm-hmm. But, man, when is Talib supposed to be back?
Shit, I don't know.
Because I think that defense changes completely.
He's the anchor.
I think he can help Peters because Peters won't have to cover everybody's best.
Right.
And then he'll be able to play that press. Because Marcus Peters' real problem is that he's a cover corner, not a press corner. So he likes to play off the player a lot. But Wade Phillips' defense is press corner defense. One-on-ones, a lot of one-on-ones. They run some zones here and there, but it's a lot of one-on-one situations. And that's why he's having trouble because that's not really his forte. Mm-hmm. So, not saying he's a bad player, not saying he's not effective, not saying he still can't do what he do.
Just needs to play to his strengths.
I think that's what they should do, try to adjust some stuff. Because if that's what the problem is, then change it up for him. You're paying him all that money anyway. Change the system up a little. Not necessarily for everybody, but change it up for him. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what good coaches do. That's what Belichick does. So, I'm going to go Rams.
Rams here too. I say winning streak to end the season. End it with 15-1.
You think they only going to lose one game
They have a pretty
for the
easy
rest of the
schedule.
season? What's their schedule look like for the rest of the season for the viewers?
Let's open it up.
We about to open this up like a can of whoop ass.
I looked at it earlier. I didn't see anything too scary.
It should be
I was
scary.
wrong. Yeah, Kansas City.
They got Kansas City, so they got at least one lump.
I'll take the loss. But
One
then
L.
after that, Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia, Arizona, San Francisco.
They could lose that Philly game. It's at Philly, isn't it?
Home.
Oh. They could lose the Philly game. Depends on how good Philly's playing. That'll be their next big test going into the playoffs.
Yeah, if their defense gets right, I just think
I feel you.
Gurley would
They got
just
one.
roll
They got one possible loss on that schedule.
and
Rather-
all those after Kansas City comes the bye, and then all those games. Philly, I guess, the only marquee match.
It's gonna be lit in LA on that bye week. They gonna be fucking every bitch. Man, go lock your girlfriends up.
They're gonna say like,
That bye
"I'm
week.
gonna win a Super Bowl."
Yeah, you better lock your girlfriend up on the bye week, boy, because it's cuffing season. So you don't let one of these football players find your girlfriend out and then take her up from you.
We were just talking about this team, Dallas in Philadelphia. Divisional.
Philly, baby.
Samesies.
Samesies.
And finally, trash versus trash, New York
The
in
New
San
York.
Francisco. New York Giants in San Francisco.
Man, it's like, I'm so glad there hasn't been a Jets and Giants game this season, because that would be like the worst fucking thing to happen in life.
I think all the fans out there would come out Boston fans. It's
It's just like, I don't know what team are in Boston. I just like Boston now. Who's it again?
trash versus trash.
Giants.
in San Francisco.
I'm going San Francisco.
I actually am too. I like this new quarterback.
He's not bad.
They benched Beathard.
Sit your ass down, Beathard.
Dude came out against.
Beathard. Is it Beathard or Beathard?
Sorry, I think it's actually Beathard.
Beathard?
Yeah.
Whatever. He's sitting down now. What's the new quarterback's
spelled
name?
Beathard. Oh fuck, I don't know.
Oh, I think it's like, it's not Patterson. I don't know what this other motherfucker's name is.
But I just like the fact that he came out, hadn't played a game, and just torched the Raiders.
Yeah, he looked good.
Nick Mullins, excuse me.
Mullins.
And
Mullins. That was a mulligan. Mullins.
and you know how I feel about Eli Manning. I think.
Well, the
done.
Giants suck.
Yeah.
So, more power to the motherfucking San Francisco 49ers. It's at home, right? Niners are at home. Giants have to make that whole flight.
Ugh. They
It's
hate
gonna-
West Coast anyway.
It's going to be a great game.
Unfortunate way to end the week on a Monday Night Football with that game, but that is how it works in the NFL.
You know how it works on this podcast?
What happened? From home.
From long range.
Jamal Murray with the 48.
He's on fire.
Nuggets championships.
Boom shakalaka.
I think, man, it's crazy. It would have been crazy. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Nugget. Out here doing their damn thing. What place are they in right now?
He's heating up.
Because this is what's really real in the NBA right now. It's been shook up. Nobody's said nothing about it. Everybody's quiet. You know why? Because the NFL is dominant and the NBA hadn't really taken off yet. But brother, the fucking Nuggets, the fucking Kings.
Second place.
Who's in first place?
The Golden State
The
Warriors.
Golden State Warriors.
Of course.
Who is in third place?
Portland, I'll go down it. Third, Portland. Fourth, San Antonio. Fifth, Clippers.
Yep.
Sixth,
I was just about to mention them.
Sacramento.
That's why I just mentioned them.
Seventh, Oklahoma City. Eighth, can you believe it? Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're gonna fall down. They lost to Phoenix the other day. They fucking suck.
Not making the cut that were in the playoffs last year. Houston, Utah, New Orleans, Minnesota. And it's not, and we're not really in a position where it's like, oh, they'll get it right, because a lot of these teams have serious question marks.
Where were the Lakers?
They didn't make the playoffs. I didn't call them out, but they're right now 11th.
Right. I just wanted to make sure where I know where they are. Because they're in the hunt still.
Yeah.
But they not. No, they nowhere in the playoff. If the playoffs are today, which is ridiculous, but
And they
it's a ridiculous conversation to have.
maybe more so than any of them, they have the most questions.
Right. I was gonna point out. I couldn't remember it was the Clippers. I did say Sacramento. Those teams were not in the playoffs last year.
Nope.
Very bottom feeders. Not the Clippers. The Clippers almost made the playoffs, which is why, what's his name, almost got Coach of the Year. Actually, he got a lot of votes. Doc Rivers got a lot of votes last year. But yeah, man. I think the whole league's been shook up. I think something changed, man. Something happened. Somebody ate their Wheaties. Somebody got some HGH. Somebody got the cheat codes.
I think it's the cheat code.
The cheat code? You think that's what happened?
There's no defense.
Oh, you brought it up. I'm so glad you brought it up before I got a chance to bring it up. because the analytics guys have taken over the NBA. Mm-hmm. It's happened. I didn't think it was going to happen ever. Thought it was going to be some guys who could, some organizations who would, hey man, look, it's a man's game. Da da da. Blah blah blah. Defense wins championships. Blah blah blah. People have recognized that teams are going to take either the 3 or the 2, and I don't want to give up the 3, so I'm not going to guard the 2. Mm-hmm. And so now we are seeing more layups than we've seen in recent years, because people were trying to shoot a lot of 3s in the last couple of years.
But now that's the new layup.
Right. But now the layup is the new 3 because now you're going to the lane and catching all these fouls because anything is a foul now. Yep. And now you're getting guys who are going to the line getting these extra points. So now 2 is the new 3 and the 3 is the new 4-point line.
Yeah, there you go.
Because you shoot a 3 and get touched, you have hit a 4-point play. Mm-hmm. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It's like when cricket changed for cricket people who will listen to this podcast. I know there's a lot of y'all out there. But it's like that with cricket, man. Cricket changed their rules so people will be more interested in cricket. So it wouldn't be as boring, so it'd be more exciting. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're seeing.
I'm turning into an old curmudgeon, an old head, because right now Zach LaVine is 6th in scoring at 27.9 points a game. And I just remember at the end, I think it was of the 2001 or 2 season, on the very last game, it was a Laker game, and John Ireland goes up to Kobe Bryant and is like, do you realize with that scoring performance you have officially averaged 30 points a game? It was like such a big deal to score 30 points a game. And now you got these guys who are close to it. Kemba Walker, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker.
Yes.
Tim Hardaway is
garbage.
At 23.
Straight garbage.
15th.
And why is this happening, James? Why are we seeing these ballooning numbers and lack of defense and extra calls on defensive players like Draymond Green and all those kinds of guys? Why do you think that's happening?
Because it's more entertaining to the dummies of the world.
I disagree.
Why is it like that then?
Respectfully, I believe that it's like that because of FanDuel, because of DraftKings, because
gambling.
Because of gambling.
Legalized gambling.
Because what do I want to watch if I'm invested? And it dawned on me when I was playing FanDuel, because I just started playing FanDuel, right?
What'd you do?
Oh, I won $8 on the game last night,
nice.
The Monday Night Football. Thank you, y'all out there.
Congrats.
Doing what you did.
Oh, you were serious about the $2 Michael Thomas thing or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I won the first $2 back on Sunday.
Nice.
Hello. You know what I'm saying? Watching that Saints game, but this is what I was realizing. See, I only started doing that. It's research. See, I'm looking at the game on my phone. I'm like, yo, how is it that this is only worth this amount of points? Mm-hmm. And how is this only worth this amount of points? And when I look at the NBA, the NFL is really hard to manufacture
FanDuel
the
points.
game. The game, really. Like, it's hard for the referees to control the game. It's one of the harder games to manufacture. Like, for y'all who don't listen to this podcast, I believe all sports are fixed to a degree because we bet on them in Vegas. And Vegas always has every betting line very close. So, and the reason that is because Vegas is in the locker rooms. Vegas is talking to people. And when you get the Raiders in Vegas, best believe you will see some of the most interesting games in Las Vegas.
16 overtimes?
Oh, man, you're going to see some of the most interesting games. And you're going to see rule changes and stuff like that are made to make the game more interesting, because that's what the NBA has done. They can manufacture points. They can say, hey, call more fouls on guys just because they're too close, or just because they put their hand on a guy. Just because if they touch him, it's a foul. They can say those things. The NBA can, because a lot of the fans don't know. The NBA can just say, hey, we're going to put an emphasis on this week. NFL can do it too. We're going to put, and they do it, people. They do it. They say, we're going to put an emphasis on this. We're going to take an emphasis off of that. And we're going to say, this little rule that we never talked about for the whole 50 years we've been playing basketball, we're going to be talking about that rule. That rule, we're going to focus on that. That changes betting lines. People don't realize that, but that's what it does. It changes betting lines, and it influences now your FanDuel points. Because Jamal Murray, guys like that can go off for almost 50 points.
Easily.
Because he's shooting a shit ton of threes, which I was this close to picking him from a 3-point fantasy free buy-in. I would have won the dude who won it won $1,000.
Shit.
$1,800. I would have won $1,800 if I just put him on my team because I was in there in the running. But anyway, I'm pretty good at FanDuel, by the way.
Yeah, that's great.
People, if you want to know how you do good on FanDuel, do what the people at the top do. Cheat. Just do everything that they do. And if you do what they do, you'll see the trends that they do. And then you'll be doing the same trendy things they do. And then, boom, man, you'll be up in them tops. Getting them big ones, them big dollars. Instead of the $2 one, you get you the $20 one or the $50 one or, the $8,000 one, whichever game you're in. I don't know what game y'all playing. I don't know.
You're gonna own an NBA team by the end of this season.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Look, and hey, I won $8 on 25 cents. Now, that's what I didn't tell you.
Those are the nice. That's some exponential shit I can get behind.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll be fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be spending a lot of money, people. It was research, okay?
Of course,
it was research. So, yeah, we're not watching a good game, and I think that's why we're also seeing a lot of these teams that weren't there last year. They're this year.
Yeah, I think it just causes for more randomness and just basically bingo. It's like, who's going to spin this wheel and get in the playoffs?
Right. Who were the best defensive teams last year?
I know the Celtics were really good.
Celtics were really good, struggling.
Spurs
were really good. They just lost to the Orlando Magic, but they're doing good. They're going to always be good. But Spurs.
Of course, Warriors were good.
Warriors were good. The Houston Rockets
were number
good.
one. Eric will tell you that. They're number one.
They were the number one defense. Where are they at now? They are out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
New Orleans, great defensive team, out of the playoffs. The only team that was a really good defense last year, that's been able to weather the storm of this entire season so far, is the Warriors, because they're able to score more points than anybody else.
Yep.
And the Lakers built a completely defensive squad.
Mm-hmm. But they're not playing.
They're not playing well because you can't play defense in this league. It's not the Lakers' fault that they're not playing defense well. Utah Jazz out of the playoffs, one of the better defensive teams. I'm telling you,
Rudy Gobert,
the Minnesota Timberwolves, one of the better defensive teams, out of the playoffs. This is not a coincidence. This is literally how the NBA wants it to go. They want the best offensive teams, or what seems to be the best offensive teams, to be in the playoffs, when all they've done is just manufactured this. They've said, look, we're not going to play defense. Defense does not matter. And then they go to the refs and they say, you better call everything. Everything. And it hasn't slowed the game down too much, because you're seeing everybody run breaks, because now everybody's like, oh, if they just going to call everything, then I'm not going to even play defense.
Yeah. And I might as well save my energy so I can hit a three and get to the line, whatever, so I can get my points.
Right. I need to get in this stat line because I got to get this check, because they're going to cut my ass if I don't have this money putting up these points. Everybody putting up 30. I need to put up 30.
Get up there, yeah.
This is not basketball, people. This is bad. This is bad. Now,
it's child's play. It's like video games. It's like how many things can you shoot in a minute on a game? It's like,
and watch, when it comes down to the playoffs, they're not going to call nothing.
And then
it's going to be back to normal.
Know how to play.
Yeah, and then
throw everyone off.
Then what's going to happen? The real good teams with defensive squads are going to come and rise above, Because what
Warriors.
the NBA and what Las Vegas does is when you get to the playoffs, people don't pay attention to this because there's so many games in the NBA. They don't really pay attention to the betting lines and stuff like that. But when you get into the playoffs, they start restricting what people can do because they don't want the overs and the unders to be as predictable. And they don't want people to be able to just be like, oh, yeah, it's the Nuggets playing this. Oh, man, yeah, they gonna blow them out or they going to score this. They want less certainty.
And back to my theory, if it's not about gambling, I think it's because they don't want star players to foul out of highly watched games, and they want the players to dictate the outcomes rather than foul trouble. That's just my theory.
Well, I mean, that may be true, but that doesn't make what I'm saying not
Well, yeah,
true
I'm saying
either.
that's your theory.
You know, I mean, well, I could tell you why I know it's true. Because Adam Silver was the number one individual backing Congress making this legal. The NBA has lobbied for this to take place. They're the ones who said that they wanted to do it. They're the ones who made it a comfortable situation for the Rams to be able to move there. Silver's saying that he thinks that sports gambling should be legal. Him even saying it made it a comfortable situation, a comfortable space for the Raiders to even be able to move to Las Vegas. This shit is like hundreds of billions of dollars are at stake here. They trying to turn it into hundreds of trillions. And so we're about to see a game where nobody even touches each other. It's just going to be, man, it's going to be and one basketball.
I
don't think I'm too upset about, but
I couldn't be more certain that the scoring title is 81 points is going to be broken. It's
oh,
so
you mean the one game? People who don't know,
someone's
for
going to
people,
score 82 points.
for the people who don't know, he's saying somebody's going to break Kobe Bryant's single game scoring record of 81 motherfucking points in one game.
Check it out. This season.
He's saying
It's happening.
this season that you heard it here first.
And my money on who it would be is probably going to be Kevin Durant.
KD, I'm going to take. Jimmy Butler.
I hope it's Jimmy Butler.
You know
I
why?
hope it's Jimmy Butler.
Because he's just going to be at one of them games where he don't give a fuck about nobody else on the court.
He's gonna do 2 lines of coke and just go balls
He's not
out.
going to get traded to Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Houston's not going to look good to him. He's going to be like, yeah, I don't want to go there. And he's going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stay here. And just like you said, balls out. Mm-hmm. Everybody on red alert. He going to get the Suns one weekend on a back-to-back that they just played, and he going to fuck their world up on a Saturday morning or some shit.
They're going to be up 50. He's like, keep me in. I'm going for it.
That's the only way he going to get 82. And if he's the one who does it, he going to probably get 89.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna try to go through the motherfucking wall. He gonna try to get 100. He gonna probably end up at 92 or something like that. Man, I was trying to get 100. You know,
And he's going to lose his voice just screaming at the other team.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm the best.
And the
blah,
next
blah.
day he's gonna go on injured reserve.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Well, my body hurts."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it."
What do you want me to do? Trade me.
No, that's a good guess. But you know what? Also, somebody who we should say that really should believe it do it. Klay Thompson
Or I said Curry.
Curry, but you know we've seen Klay hit 60
Efficient.
without playing a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He probably could have got 82 that game.
True.
So, but anyway, Celtics look bad. You worried about Hayward?
I think everyone is. I'm not. This dude came back from a horrific injury. It's going to take a little time. I think he should. Celtics.
I think he should embrace going to the bench. I agree with you. I don't think that they're in trouble. I don't think there's a problem. But he should embrace going to the bench. Let one of these young boys start. And he can come out and get them clean-up minutes. Because, see, them young boys, they going to make mistakes. They going to make turnovers. Oh. Brad Stevens going to be like, come on out the game. Come on out the game. Put them in. Put Hayward in. He's on, because he still can get you a double-double. He's still playing
veteran.
really good defense. Mm-hmm. I think he's still playing really good defense. When I watch, he doesn't look bad on defense. He just looks slow on offense, like he's trying to get integrated back into the offense. And when he got integrated into the offense last season, the dudes who were around him they was on the bench playing like a minute a game. So he doesn't know what they do well, or he doesn't know what they do well with what he does well. So he's trying to figure it out, but he's never been like some blow you out the water type dude off the screen. He didn't jump off your screen and
him of all people, I would never guess he average 30 points, just a solid 20 to 22 maybe.
Right.
But maybe this season he gets 30.
Real quick, Derrick Rose hit 50 points. You think he can be a what is it called? Sixth man of the year?
No. I'm super happy for him, but
You think the Timberwolves are too bad for him to be the sixth man of the year, or you think he can't keep it up?
I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I wouldn't. Would you bet on him getting another 50-point game before that?
No, but I can. If I told you he could average. I think he's averaging right now like 18 points a game
off the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's
I think something like that. I think that's what he's. But he's some games that he hadn't played. So,
yeah.
But I think that's what his average is right now. You think if he can maintain that?
Yes. And if the Wolves make the playoffs.
So yeah, that's the thing. Because if they don't make the playoffs,
then it's like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Why we give this? So they just should have been starting this guy. Is what you're telling me? You didn't even make. They should have just started him.
Exactly.
So anyway, anybody else you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Lakers? I mean, they talking about firing your boy Luke.
Look,
I know you and Luke been going to barbecues and you know what I'm saying. Y'all hang out at different places.
As a fan, I'm so impatient and upset. But if I take a step back, they're 4-6. Here's my thing. They made this team because they literally said, we're not going to outshoot the Warriors. We need to find other ways to be effective, and we're going to do a passing defense. But you do need some 3-point shooting. Which is why I was a big proponent of Josh Hart starting. He seemed to be the only reliable threat, and just for spacing.
But it's like somebody listened to this podcast and told him to stop shooting threes.
I know.
Because he hadn't shot a three since last week.
Exactly.
Like we literally since Tuesday of last week he ain't shot a 3-pointer.
But I do like the Tyson Chandler signing. We talked about this in the text group. I would rather JaVale McGee start. I'm a big fan of JaVale McGee this season. But hopefully Tyson Chandler can shore up some bench second unit defense.
Do you think Brandon Ingram's minutes are being managed well? And do you think that his floor time is being managed well with LeBron?
I think it is an awkward fit right now. I think they're...
Because all his ball handling is gone.
Yeah, I think they
LeBron.
both kind of play similarly. Obviously, one's a lot bigger and better, but they both like to have the ball in hand. They're both good passers, and they both can hit pull-up jumpers and get to the lane. So it's like, oh, is it your turn? Is it my turn? I think it is a bit awkward. I'd rather them maybe, if you want to put him on the bench, that would be great. But
I've always thought that Brandon Ingram would only flourish in this league if he can become a poor man's Kevin Durant.
Sure.
He can only flourish in this league if he becomes a shooter. And because he's got the skill to drive to the basket. He's got the skill to dunk, layup, play good defense. So develop his shot. He's going to be great. But he hadn't developed that shot yet.
And you know why I think it is? He's a slow shooter.
He is slow shooter.
It takes him a while to gather himself up versus KD, who can just like fling it, and plus he's 7'2". But he's Brandon Ingram is pretty slow still, and I thought he would be faster from 3 years ago.
I think he's just thinking too much because he's got the quote-unquote best player in the world. Whatever.
Arguable.
Whatever. Best players in the world are on the Warriors, obviously, because them motherfuckers are killing everybody.
It's true.
My thoughts on the Lakers.
What are they?
I think that they are struggling. I think LeBron don't give a fuck if they struggle or not. And that's going to be the main problem because people are going to be looking over at LeBron like, what you going to do? He gonna be like,
Fix this mess.
he gonna be like, what you gonna do? What you mean? What I'm gonna do after the game? Or so I'm going to
So
Roof
in
Chris.
the studios.
I'm going to Roof Chris. After this, it's down the street. Then I might hit up one of these strip clubs. Then I gotta go home because Bronny gotta be at school in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm gonna do. What you gonna do? Like shit, I'm in LA. Bron's on vacation, man, for 4 years.
You think 4 years?
Yeah.
I think it's a possible he could be on vacation for 1 year until they get this superstar or whatever next year.
I don't think he gives a fuck. I think he's just like, yo, whatever. He's
I'm
like,
here in LA.
I'm here.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna be a billionaire.
Exactly. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna stop paying me?
I could see that. I could definitely see
I
that.
feel like he's like, yo, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna score 28 points, 22 points a game, depending on what it is going on in my life. That's what I'm gonna do.
He's like, I'm gonna go for those scoring records,
Yeah.
all timers.
I'm gonna get like 8 assists, 9 assists, because you know that's how I like to fuck with Vegas. I just go get me 8 and 9. I don't go get the whole thing because you know, give me my 10 rebounds because I like to fuck with Vegas. You know, they used to call it LeBron if you got
It's true.
20 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. It's like, oh, we got a LeBron.
I used to call that a Lamar Odom.
Oh, Lamar. Odom.
Actually, Lamar was more like 11, 9, and 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, back in the day, they used to call it a Jason Kidd. But
Yeah.
He started taking that HGH.
No, Jason Kidd was more like 8 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He always got
At the beginning.
The points was the bottom.
At the beginning.
Yeah,
and then he started
got a
getting
shot.
12 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. How y'all let this little motherfucker get all these rebounds? I don't know. But apparently he's got a big butt and he used to hit people with it. That's what people say. That's what players have said.
He's got that heft.
So, anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
I've covered everybody's sports. I didn't talk about the Pacers.
I don't know shit about the Pacers.
Well, Sabonis scored like 26 points in 25 minutes, fouled out in 26 minutes,
It's this new NBA.
and still
man.
scored all these points. But no, I watched that game. He actually went off.
Okay.
He went off. Indiana Pacers are kind of dangerous, but I think we already said that too, so there's no reason to get excited, Eric. There's no reason to get excited, okay? We're just gonna coast on into the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 15th games of the season.
See how it plays out.
See how this plays out. December 25th, that's when the NBA season really starts. Shout out to everybody who fucking watches this motherfucking podcast.
Shout out to
Shout out to everybody
Jason
who listens to
Mungaro.
this podcast, rather.
Jason Mungaro, if you're listening to this, what up?
Jason, do you feel sexy right now?
Ah, Jesus.
I mean, if he's listening, he should enjoy that. You should enjoy that. Everybody else did. So yeah, shout out to Luce. Shout out to Sarah Haley. Shout out to James Haley. Oh, he's here.
What up?
And shout out to Eric. He'll be back. Shout out to Big Homie Grim.
Big homie.
And you know, that's it for shout outs. Maybe we'll have a segment called shout out. We'll do it at the beginning.
Calm down.
Make your comments, like and subscribe. We love you. And thank you. Good night.
It just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a motherfucker face. Then you don't have to worry about it no more.